Hello everyone, welcome to another Narc Survivor live video. I've just arrived here at my hotel, the Athene in Bangkok, Thailand. Really beautiful room with the luxury collection robes and slippers and bed sheets. And pets are welcome here too. This was all set out by the hotel just for Nala. You are now live, Nala. You're going to be viewed by thousands of people. I don't think she cares. Let's leave her alone for a moment to enjoy her food. So yeah, here we are, live from the hotel room. Love the design of this room. It's like everything's so thoughtfully laid out. I would say that this is probably one of the best hotels here in Bangkok, especially if you're bringing your pet. And they were really kind as well. I was going to park my car in the underground car park, but instead they gave me a VIP space right outside the front door. But this is what it's all about. Don't think about how can I have luxury things in life. Think about how can I serve people in this world? Because when you serve people, people serve you. It's like an energetic exchange. Don't focus on luxurious things, money, wealth, power. Focus on providing value to people. And by law, that value will come back to you tenfold. But anyway, on to the topic. Do narcissists know what they're doing? I mean, how could they possibly know, right? As we always say, narcissists are self-absorbed and they lack empathy. But then, that's not the whole truth, is it? Because what kind of empathy are they lacking? They're lacking something called effective empathy. And I'm not going to get into too much detail about that right now, but if you're watching my videos, that's probably something that you possess. But one type of empathy they do have is cognitive empathy. So in some way they can read your emotions. Almost like in a way where a predator can sense if their prey is hurt or vulnerable, so that it knows when to strike, it knows when to attack and exploit its vulnerable target. So that's something they do have, and it's not something that's talked about often, but yes, they do have cognitive empathy. So, yes, of course, they know what they're doing. Of course, they understand the effects that what they're doing is having on you. They know exactly what they're doing. But they don't care. It doesn't bother them at all. And while it may be mainly malignant narcissists, sociopaths and psychopaths who may deliberately go out of their way to hurt people, the lower and mid-range narcissists aren't going out of their way to hurt you. They just want what they want. They want to feel better. They want supply. And the way they look at it is, if people get hurt along the way, then so be it. If I have to hurt people to get what I want, then it just has to be done. If people have to suffer just so I can get money, power, just so I can be recognized as something, then who cares? It's worth it. That is what is going on in the lower to mid-range narcissist's mind. But then the malignants, the sociopaths, the psychopaths, yes, they will go out of their way to hurt you just so they can feel powerful. Just so they can feel in control. And it's sadistic as well. They enjoy seeing you in pain. They love it. One could argue that the lower or mid-range narcissists, especially the lower narcissists, aren't fully aware of what they're doing. Because these are the ones who really lack self-awareness. And they just don't even take the time to think about what they do to anyone. Because they are self-absorbed. And although I did say that narcissists have cognitive empathy, the lower to mid-range narcissists are not very cognitively developed. Maybe some are, but then some aren't. So it really depends on the narcissist that you're dealing with. The more self-aware they are, the more they're going to know what they're doing to you. But what really gets to me is when I think that people say maybe narcissism was worse before, back in the 1800s, 1900s, the Middle Ages, maybe thousands of years ago. I mean, they used to burn people alive, didn't they? They used to walk around with people's heads on sticks, right? So surely that must be worse. But no, actually, my theory is that the narcissists you see walking the earth today are the most evil people of all time. The most evil people who have ever walked the earth. And the reason why I say that is because in this world today, we have more awareness of what is right and what is wrong than ever before. We all have the awareness of what abuse is. We all know what's right, we know what's wrong. And yet these people still continue to do this. While we are all aware of what is wrong. I mean, you could argue back in the Middle Ages, when they were barbarically killing people, maybe they didn't really know what they were doing. Maybe they weren't so aware. But now, people know. So, these narcissists that are walking the earth today are some of the sickest, most wickedest, evilest people of all time. So, even if they aren't that aware, at some level they must know. They must know that what they're doing is wrong. Because even the lower to mid-range narcissists, you put an authority figure in front of them, and their behavior will soon change. You could argue that maybe a lower range, overt narcissist doesn't really know what they're doing. Because if any of you have seen them, even if there's a police officer right in front of them, they still think that they're right. They still think that they're justified in what they're doing. But then you do get the covert narcissists, especially the ones that are more mid-range, higher narcissists. Those are the ones who will quickly change their behavior when they fear being exposed. Very sneaky, crafty people, because they know exactly what they're doing. But you can look them in the eye and confront them and say, you know what you're doing, don't you? And they will look you dead in the face and say they don't know what you're talking about. Crazy. When it all comes down to it, they just care about themselves. They're only looking out for themselves. They're weak, fragile people who feel like they're constantly in danger, they're constantly at threat, and there's really nothing you can tell them. The only thing you can do is walk away. There's no point trying to argue with them. There's not even any point trying to expose them. Just walk away. Leave them behind. Another thing I really like about this room is the little office space here. This is where I'm going to be sitting down, recording my videos. I've never had an office before, but this is the closest thing to one. Got my office chair here, the wooden table, the phone, envelopes and papers, some spare face masks, hand sanitizer gel, it's all pimped out with all the latest COVID protection gear. And all this stuff, vanilla. It's very thoughtful. I like the way they do that for cats. Anyway, that's all I've got to say for this video. I'm going to upload the premiere now for tonight, which will be starting soon, in about an hour and 15 minutes. So thank you all for joining this live video. If it resonates, please give it a thumbs up. Share your thoughts in the comment section. I'd like to hear what you think. if you agree with what I'm saying, or if you have your own views on whether or not the narcissist knows what they're doing. Click that subscribe button if you haven't yet. Then you can receive the notifications for my future videos. And also click that bell icon as well, just to make sure you do receive all of the notifications. And please share this video. Let's get the awareness out there. Thank you all, and good morning or good night, depending on where you are. Bye.